Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Azure and AI Show. And with me is Stephen from London in the UK, and myself, Frank Falvey from Cork in Ireland. So Stephen is going to he's going to create a VM in Azure, and he's going to enable just in time. So, and after that, I'm going to do some stuff on Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. We might do some demos on Word, PowerPoint, and how Copilot can help us with that sort of stuff. So, Stephen, do you want to share your screen there with us?
Yeah. Just give me a second.
Sure. Stephen, do you want to share your screen there with us?
Okay, so can you see my screen?
Not yet, no, Stephen. Yeah, it's coming up there now. Just going to add it to the stage. There you go. You can
Okay,
see it. Yeah,
okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, thank you. So
perfect.
can you see my presentation, yeah?
Yeah, benefits of just JIT just in time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, good evening, everyone. Yeah, you're welcome to another time again to where we learn and develop ourselves. So today I'm going to be speaking on applying just-in-time access on VM in Azure. Just-in-time access from the word just-in-time access, so which means that is to give access when access is needed, and not so that helps your environment a lot. Yeah. So okay. So with just-in-time can be used to grant just-in-time can be used to grant access to virtual machine precisely when it is necessary on the required ports for the duration needed. So which means that this just in time is also used to require access on your virtual machine when it is just needed. So instead of you very private peradventure, you have an external somebody, you need somebody to do some troubleshooting on your server or on your VM. So you don't just give them the whole access to your server. You have to just time them. So using this just in time, and you can decide to give them a period of maybe just 1 hour or 2 hour, and after that period, that particular server will get withdraw from them. He said you can use Microsoft Defender for cloud just in time access to protect your Azure virtual machine from unauthorized network. Many times firewall contain allow rules that leave your VM vulnerable to attackers. So which means that at times when you create your VM, when you create your fire rule stuff there. So it might not just there's some rules that you might not even be aware of. You said that leave your virtual machine vulnerable. So by the time you create this just in time, so that this just in time will give that particular person just access on a particular period of time. So yeah, so supported VMs, which is VMs deployed through Azure Resource Manager, VM protected by Azure Firewall on the same VNet as the VM. So which means that either be it's VM that you deploy through your Azure Resource Manager, just in time can be applied on it, or VM protected by Azure Firewall on the same VNet. And then prerequisites. What are the prerequisites for? You say just in time require Microsoft Defender for Server Plan 2 to be enabled on the subscription. So this is something that has to be enabled on the subscription. So if probably you are the owner of it, so this has to be enabled on the subscription. And then you have the read and security reader role too. Those two things has to be enabled on the subscription. And then what are the benefits of this just in time? One, it protects your server and VM from brute force attack. So it protects your server and VM from what? From brute force attack. Then two, protect your Azure virtual machine from unauthorized network access. Then three, it allow access to your VM only when the access is needed on the ports needed for the period that is needed. So it allows us only what. So if when you enable this, when you enable your just in time, so your Microsoft Defender Cloud will be enabled on it automatically. It's going to disable your your ports that was open automatically, just because what you enable the just in time, and then you can now go and then request which ports you want to allow to be open for that person to have access to your VM. So quickly, I'm going to create a VM in Azure, and then let's see how we can actually deploy just-in-time access. So quickly, let me just go on to my Azure portal. Seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, can see that there, yeah.
Yeah, Frank, can you see my Azure portal, yeah?
Yeah, can see the portal there, perfect.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, so this is my Azure portal. So from here, I'm going to create my resource group and also create my VM and then enable the just in time. And let's see how it's going to work. So quickly, I'll come here and then create my resource group. Click on this and then click on create. Yeah, let me just click. So let me just give AI show just in time there. I will just leave my resources on this one. Let me see. Yeah, yes, okay. Then click on your next, and then create. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. Previous. Okay, I think let me use this other one. Yeah. So, okay, so I just created my resource group. Let me refresh. Yeah, so this is my resource group. And then thereafter, I will go and create my VM. Where is my VM? Yeah. Come here, click on create. Then put it on that same subscription. And then you come up here and then I'll click on my resource group I created. Yeah, so here, give it a name, AI Show, just in time. And then I'll leave it on this region. Then here, availability option, here I'll just click on no infrastructure redundance, just because of for the purpose of this training. And then here I'll come up here and then create my VM. Let me use okay, let me just use my server 2019. Yeah. And then scroll down. Yeah, give it a username. AI show. And then create the password. So I'm just going to create my password now. Then click on next. Yeah, under this my disk type here, I will change it to just standard. Yeah, just for the purpose of this training. Yeah, so I will just use standard. Yeah. Then networking, click on next. Next, yeah, here. Yeah, that's next. This my boot diagnostic. I will just disable that. I don't need it. Yeah. Next. I'll just go straight and just create this my VM. Just okay, validation passed. So and then creates my VM. So it might probably take like I should take just like 2-3 minutes. Yeah, created. Should be fast anyway.
Yeah, while that's provisioning there, just welcome Paul. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Stephen is just provisioning a virtual machine in the Azure portal, and he's going to enable just-in-time access to it then when it's provisioned.
Mm-hmm.
So when Stephen's demo is over, then Paul, we might do some stuff with Copilot.
Yep.
Yeah, I can do 1 or 2 demos, and maybe you might give us 1 or 2 prompts along the way.
Yeah, I need to really get on that Copilot. I haven't really touched it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
very
haven't really
good.
touched that. Yeah.
So the VM is still provisioning there. We can see up on the top right-hand side. Yeah. So did you leave the default settings for the VM to load in the US or the UK?
Yes, yes. So you can just leave it default. That's because of the purpose of this training. So you can provision your environment the way you want it if you are in production. So that's because of the purpose of this training. So I just leave it on my on the default. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think
yeah, so your deployment is complete. Okay.
yeah, the deployment is complete. Let's see how many minutes. Yeah, I think just a few seconds to create. Yeah. So that's the beauty of Azure. Yeah, it takes us a few seconds to create. Okay, so let's go to our resources. So let's go to our resources. Now, before there, let me just duplicate this here. Duplicate. Uh, then I will go back to my resource and then click on my this. So if you see now, can you start? This is what is being provisioned from here. Yeah. So this is what I have inside my resource group here. So if you click on this now, this is my network. Yeah, this is my network security. This is the N network security group. This is the NSG. So if you click on this one here, automatically, I just want to show you something before. If you look at this place here now, you can see this particular port here, which is the RDP port here, is allowed. And you see is on allow. So by the time we enable our just in time, automatically it will be seated here, and this one, it will definitely silence this particular port here for us until when we now go and when we now go and request access. So I just want to show you this one. Just take note of that. Now, so let me go back to my other tab and then go back to my VM. On my VM, so this is the VM I created here. Click on this. So when you click on the VM, let me close all this. Yeah, when you click on your VM, so this is the VM I just provision right now. So you come help here where you have your configuration. Click on this, click on your configuration. Now on your configuration, you'll see just in time. I've already requested for this, which is the, sorry, let me go back to the slide. So if you look at this slide here, you see prerequisite, it said just in time require Microsoft's Defender for server plan 2. So I have already enabled that. So that is where you can see I can have this particular one. So that has been enabled on this subscription. So if you are just having your environment, if you are just trying to apply this for the first time, you will not see this. So you need to enable that plan, and which is, I think there's a trial for 30 days. You enable that plan, and then once that is enabled, then you'll be able to see this, your enabled just in time. So now I will click on this. Yeah, just click on this. Doing that here, you can see just in time access successfully enabled. Can you see it now? Successfully enabled. Now, so now let me go back to this my tab here. I open here. You can see this tab I open. Let me refresh. At times this probably takes time. Now, when I refresh automatically, so can you see this now? Can you see what's happening now? You can see automatically a port has been opened, which is where you have the Microsoft Defender for Cloud just in time rule. And you can see how it's denied. So this means that automatically I cannot have access to this VM because I have enabled this my just in time. So what I need to do is to go and request be able to have access to that VM. So you can see this has been enabled automatically once you click on that, which is one of the very good, exciting things about this just-in-time stuff. So you can see it is denied here automatically, but we all know that this one is what we take precedent. So you see this. So yeah, so let me go back to my VM. So on your VM, so once you click on that, once it's that enabled, then you come up here, you click on Open Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Open Microsoft Defender for Cloud. You click on that. So once you click on that, automatically you can see we have virtual machine configured, not configured. You have unsupported. So these are the virtual machine I have in my subscription, which is not configured. And if you click on this one now, this is the only virtual machine that I allowed on this. I allowed the just in time for it. So now, what do I need to do? Now I'll need to click on the virtual machine. Once I click on that, then you come up, you have request access. But before I click on request access, if you click on this ellipse here, this your ellipse, if you click on this one here, you can see you can come up here, you have your properties, you have where you can check the activities of that particular VM. So see the behavior at your back end. Once you give access to that, you can check the activities of what is going on that particular VM to whom you give access to. So if I click on this edit here, under this edit here, I can add other ports if I want to add other ports here. You can see the port I have available now is just the RDP port, which is the 3389. So here you can also add more ports and then request and then click on your save. So that's for that. So let me just close that. Go back. Now I'll click on this one here and I'll click on request access. You can see now, normally when you provision your virtual machine, you just go and connect straight away and you connect and you do whatever you want to do. But this one now, I'm now enabling just in time access. So if you look at what we said from this slide, let me just go back to the slide quickly. If you look at from the slide here, from benefit, it said protect your server and VM from brute force, and it said allow access to your VM only when the access is needed on the ports. Can you see it now? So that is why we are trying to now request for access. So you click on this here, and then the access should be granted here. What are the time frames? You can see here, you can see you can have access up to 3 hours. If I come up here, if I say, oh, it's too much, I can come up here and say just 1 hour. Maybe I want to give them access to just 1 hour. I can just slide it down, 2 hours, 3 hours, it depends. And then you say on, put it on here. and then you will come up here. Before you do that, you need to justify why you want access to this particular VM. So here you come up here, you can see enter request justification. So I can say for just type in something. So don't forget that if you don't put anything there, you might probably not have access to that VM. So click on that and then click on from ports. Yeah. So now if I go back to my resource, the network, if I come back here, now if I refresh, automatically you see what is enabled here. Can you see this now? This port has now been allowed here. Can you see the Microsoft Defender now? This port has now been allowed. So now I can gain access to my VM. Now let's go and connect. Let's log into that VM.
So Stephen, the RDP one then is disabled.
Yes, it's disabled. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So if I come back here, I'll just click on go to my VM and then go straight to that VM and then connect to that VM straight off. Come up here, connect. Yeah, you connect, open it. Now, when you come up here, then you now need to come up here and say request access. Can you see? You click on this request access. So click on that and then you say request. Can you see now? So this has now been approved. Request access approved. So now I can connect to my VM. So come up here and say download the RDP and then come up here. Sorry, I think this is opening here for me. Yeah. Yeah, so let me just drag it here. So can you see that on my screen? Yeah.
See that?
Okay, so connect. Yeah, sorry, it's opening on my other screen. Yeah. So let me put in that password. How can I remember the password? Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I can see that, chat.
Yep. So now I'm logging into my VM. So just for you to be aware that this VM is being requested for just 1 hour. So after 1 hour, whoever I give access to this VM to work on or to carry out any activities will automatically get disconnected after 1 hour. So that is the importance of this just-in-time access. So you protect your VM against brute force attack, and then don't just allow people to have access to your VM. Even if that's why when you are doing your just in time, you need to put on you need to have back at the back of your mind the zero trust. So don't just so you need to verify, you need to understand that whoever you are giving access to, you trust that person, but don't just put the whole trust on this person that, oh, I trust this person. No. So this just in time allow security on your VM. So if I go back to so I'm logging to my VM. Let me go back to my portal and then come back to this place here. And then let me say refresh. So if you look at it, allow, yes. Yep. So let me go back to my VM here. Configuration. Let me go back to configuration. Yeah. And then open this. Now, if I come up here and then click on this and then click on the activities log, then you will see, can you see it now? This is initiated successful login 3 minutes ago. This is when I was accepted in for the trusted time. So yeah. Yeah, so that's all about enabling your just-in-time access on your VM. So this is actually very handy, which is very, very important. Yeah.
Definitely. Very good.
Yeah.
Stephen, very good presentation and demo and clear to the point. Welcome, Prathap.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
Paul.
Yeah. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Yeah, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was on mute because I didn't want to disturb you.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you in London, Stephen?
Yeah. Based in London, yeah.
Cool. So I see Prathap has a new sessionized AI bootcamp in 2024. You can see it there on the bottom of the screen. So that would be handy, Stephen, to join that one, to maybe do the just in time in it or something else like that. Yeah. So if anybody wants to know any information or want to do any talks on any topics, go to Sessionize Global AI Summer Bootcamp 2024. Or if you need, reach out to us on LinkedIn and we'll give you more information on that. So, Paul, I know you were saying you didn't know much about Azure, so I'll use Copilot to maybe just do a little PowerPoint, to make a PowerPoint on what is Azure, maybe.
Sorry, can you say that again, please, Frank?
I'll use Copilot
Yes.
to make a presentation to give an introduction to what Azure is.
Okay, fantastic.
Seems like that is the AI in Azure show, so I'll use the AI to demonstrate what Azure is,
Fantastic.
So I'll just share my screen there, guys. And Paul, if you want to, when I do the PowerPoint thing or whatever, if you have any prompts that I can put into.
Okay.
Okay, 2 seconds there now. Entire screen. You see my screen there?
Yeah.
So I'm actually, can you see the Office 365 portal?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm inside in the Office 365 portal and I have a Copilot subscription. So for this one, I'm just going to do PowerPoint here just to kind of give people an overview of what, see up in the top right hand corner there, the Copilot. So I'm just going to click on the Copilot and it opens up on the right hand side here. So it gives us a little tab here. So what I want to do is I want to create a presentation. So next it opens up a box down the bottom here. So I want to just create a short presentation on what is Azure, just to give people who don't know what Azure is an idea of what it is. So create a presentation of what is Microsoft Azure, and capital A, and I'm just going to hit enter. So I just gave it 4 words, what is Microsoft Azure, and then clicking the enter button. And you can see it there, Copilot is working away and it's going to generate a few slides to create the PowerPoint presentation on what is Microsoft Azure. And
Frank, so I think one thing from, do you mind if I speak up now?
Yeah, sure.
One thing I'd say is, if I was doing this in ChatGPT or even here, I will tell PowerPoint who I am and who my audience is.
Okay.
Because this is very, very generic.
Yeah. So I didn't want to make it too complicated, but we could add to it, can't we?
No, all you could say is explain Azure as if I was a 10-year-old, or explain Azure as somebody who's not technical. And then when PowerPoint or ChatGPT is working it out, it will adapt the level of your content to the right level.
Cool. Right. What I'll do there, so look, I'll just go back again, and you can advise me as we go, Paul. Yeah.
Oh, it's more from ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
The more detail you give it,
sure,
the closer, the better results it will give you.
Yeah. So
so if I would say,
so what do you think? So I'll start off with create a presentation. What word do you think?
Well, it depends. If you're doing it for us, you could say create a presentation on Microsoft Azure for technical experts, and that will produce a completely different presentation than if it's for somebody who doesn't know what Azure is.
So will I say for beginners?
Yeah, so create a presentation on Azure for beginners.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is something I've learned a lot from
ChatGPT,
is to give it the context.
Exactly.
And it always produces better results when you give it a context.
Yeah, so we can actually look at the one that I made before and this one, we'll see comparisons. But yeah, it's all about learning the prompts to put into the Copilot to see what you actually get out of it.
Yes, very different now.
So yeah, it's a cool first slide, isn't it?
Yes, it's very different.
Yeah, sure. So we might just open up the slideshow and check it out. And from the beginning, it looks a real very good intro slide, like I must say, for
beautiful.
Yeah. I think the motion is good. Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah,
it's got the ones. It's got the ones and zeros in it as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
Quite cool. So we'll just go on to the next slide here. And so basically, what is Microsoft Azure? Some people, the way you pronounce it, Paul, there is Azure. The American, it's we've asked a few kind of experts in Microsoft, and they call it Azure. So
Azure.
Yeah. So Microsoft Azure is a cloud computing platform. It's like AWS or Google. They're the three big ones at the moment. It provides a wide range of services and tools. It can be used to build, deploy, and manage applications. Like you can run websites in it and loads of stuff like databases, and you can do machine learning, AI stuff on it. Very powerful platform. So if you didn't have enough compute power at home to spin up stuff, like we say, accountants at the end of the year, they might need loads of people sending their books and they need to get stuff done. So they can just spin up more resources on Azure, and when they're finished at the end of the month, then they can just shut them down and they just pay for what they use. So getting started with it, you can create a free account on Azure just to play around with it. I think you get $200 or something like that if you sign up for a free account. Could be more now, but it's if you want to play around with it and see what it is like, you can create a free account, and explore it. You could choose the deploy your first service on it or whatever. So we just go on to the next slide there. Azure services for beginners. Virtual machine, you saw Stephen just spinning up a virtual machine there in the Azure portal there earlier. You also got app services, so any application you want to run, you can spin them up on Azure for anything you want. Storage, if you need storage in the cloud, if you want to archive stuff or whatever, there's loads of different types of storage. Blob storage is the most popular one. You can dump any sorts of data in there. There's SQL databases. There's another one called Cosmos DB is another database. So this is only just kind of brief overview of it, right? Benefits of using it. The scalability, so you can scale it out as much as you want, how much resources you need, and you scale it back in again then when you're finished. Security, very secure. Like here in Ireland, we have we have a region in Ireland, it's called Northern Europe. So there's actually 3 separate data centers. So they have one in the north of Dublin, one in the west of Dublin, one in the south. So if anything ever happened, one of the data centers, the other 2 would have your stuff. So you're secure that way, you know. But I think the security they're talking about here is from the standpoint of it uses like Microsoft Defender for cloud, it uses Sentinel, and lots of other stuff is constantly scanning for stuff. So cost effectiveness is another thing. You just spin up what you want. When you're finished with it, turn it off, and you're only charged for what you want, you know. So it's flexibility, deployment options. You can log in from anywhere, you can upload from anywhere. So that's the flexibility of it. So the conclusion, Microsoft Azure is a powerful cloud computing platform. Provides a wide range of services and tools. Getting started with Azure is easy. As I said, you can start off a free account if you want. And there's many benefits of using Azure then as well. So that was a good PowerPoint presentation that Copilot just put together there in about a minute, I think, took to spin up. The other PowerPoint presentation there that it spun up when I just put in the prompt, what is Microsoft Azure? So I didn't say beginners, so it gave us this one here. We'll just see what this one looks like. Slideshow, beginning. So yeah, the intro slide wasn't as good as the one for beginners, but so it's kind of saying something similar. Is added in stuff, all right, like Azure virtual machines, app service. This one kind of didn't go for beginners now, Paul, so it actually made it a bit more technical.
Yes.
Yeah, it added in things like Azure functions, like you would like 1 second, now I just go back again. I just started off there. Like the likes of Azure functions is you're using code to spin up virtual machines rather than going into the portal, you know, that kind of way. So like virtual machines is kind of a common thing that everyone, you know, if you know about, you know, the beginners would know about Azure. Like virtual machine storage and networking are the 3 main ones. So like Kubernetes service, that's like that would be like Docker. Have you heard of Docker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kubernetes is the open source version of Docker. And Cosmos DB then is like the
Database.
SQL Server would be kind of more relational database, whereas the Cosmos DB is you can actually dump any type of information in there, structured or unstructured data. You know, you can put Word documents, you can put movies, you can put pictures, all that kind of stuff. So the backup then is just Azure backup if you want backup for recovery and things like that. So the other one, so it made this one a bit more complicated than the one for beginners, because you can see there it added in hybrid capabilities, added in AI and machine learning. So beginners wouldn't know any of this stuff. Like, it's a bit more complicated. All right. So Paul, as you say, like, you need to put in kind of what you want to get out of it, really. So this one, DevOps as well, is not for beginners. So it's kind of a bit more high level as well. Continuous integration and deployments is not kind of stuff for beginners. So, and there's the Azure security. Then it made this one a bit more complicated as well, like identity and access management. Like, all these are, you nearly have to do a full course and to learn all this stuff, you know. So conclusion, I'll just see, does it give me notes on it? So on this one, we can go to view. We see that it make notes. Yep, it gave us speaker notes as well for all the.
You can pull the line up. You can pull it up, Frank.
From
the line. Go back to it. You should be able to pull the line up to make your notes bigger. So just go to the line there.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Can you see them there now? Yeah. Can you see the speaker notes?
Yeah, I can see them now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like making a PowerPoint presentation, and it's giving you speakers notes and everything. This stuff like is incredible. And it's got a good lot of stuff like to talk about. Like, it says Azure provides a secure platform for its users. Azure security includes identity and access management. In brackets there it says IAM, that's identity access management, network security, data security, threat protection, and security management. Azure IAM provides a platform for managing identities, permissions, and roles. Azure Network Security provides a platform for securing network traffic. Azure Data Security provides a platform for securing data in the cloud. Azure Threat Protection provides a platform for detecting and responding to threats. Azure Security Management provides a platform for monitoring and managing security in the cloud. So, like, all this stuff is perfect, it's spot on, like, you know, it's brilliant stuff. Yeah, lots of speakers notes there. So it generated that in the space of 30 to 60 seconds.
Would you mind if you, I don't know if it's going to be helpful or confusing. There is another feature in PowerPoint to make presentations.
Okay.
And it's not something, nobody knows about this.
Okay. Can you share it with us, Paul? Or?
Yes, sorry, I'm in a bit of pain. Shall I just go to present the screen, shall I?
I'll just close my one down there. So you can actually make PowerPoint presentations in Excel.
So here we are. Can you see the screen?
1 second there now. I'll just put it up on this stage. Yeah, you can see your screen there now, yeah.
Okay, so I've got PowerPoint open here. So what you'll need to do is click on File, click on New, And there's a slide here called Quick Starter.
Right. Have you got a little thing there on the, 1 second now. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so you're in PowerPoint, you go new.
File and new, and these are templates they have. But the first template is called Quick Starter.
Okay.
You click on it, and it says, what subject do you want to speak about? So I could type in, I want to speak about Azure. When I click search, it says, what type of Azure do you want to speak about? Microsoft Azure. And this is now saying, which sections would I like in my presentation? So I could take out that one there. And it's now got 7 sections. And when I create it, I can then choose a template. The first slide's telling you a little bit about what's going on. But also, it's giving you these areas to do research in. So I can click on the first area, right-click it, and there's a button that says Search Cloud Computing. And I could then use any of these resources to help me with the presentation. Or if it's got the plus symbol next to it, I can just add it into my presentation. So it's doing the same thing, but in a slightly different way.
It's giving you more control, isn't it?
Yes, you've got deciding what's going to be there. And as you go into it, I could type in ChatGPT, right-click it. Oops. Right-click it. And then I should be able to use the search facility, though there it is. Search for ChatGPT. And here it's got resources or things I can look into to help me with it. So it's just another way of doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's quite informative. Yeah.
No, but people don't know about that feature because it's not very well.
Yeah. Like there's not even much videos on YouTube about Copilot yet. It's just in its infancy, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about Excel, Paul? Have you found much stuff in Copilot with Excel?
I've not used Copilot with Excel because I cannot get it to work on my desktop.
Okay.
And although I'm okay with Excel, I am nowhere near as good as somebody who knows how Excel works properly.
Yeah.
So I've leaned more to I don't like Copilot enough to teach it properly yet because it feels a little bit random and unpredictable.
Yeah. So I'll just pull up my screen there again, right? So with Excel, I have a data set here. You see, Copilot. If you don't have the Excel, right, you know, the Excel file that you open up and you want to use Copilot in it, if you don't have that saved in OneDrive, it won't actually work properly, you know. So if I just copy out a few lines out of this here, let's see now, can't move the table. I just want to copy a few things here. Copy, and I'll just make a new one. New. We'll make it a blank one. And I'm just going to paste in the information here. Paste. So the Copilot is still here on the right-hand side. But you see, they're all grayed out there. None of them can't do anything with Copilot there.
But I don't know if that's in a proper table, though. Isn't that part of the problem as well, possibly?
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, you have to have, if I save this now, right? File, save as, and I'm going to put it into OneDrive. And we'll just call it test and save. So now it's saved in OneDrive, and if I go to Copilot now again, and keep the an eye on the right hand side there. No, it didn't work for me.
I'm wondering if it's because, does it need to be, can you make it into a table again or not?
Okay. So convert. Yeah, that's it. So if it's
So yeah, it's the table.
Yeah, so
it needs to be a table.
So now we can actually use these things here to analyze the data, we say, highlight it or sort or filter it.
There's also I sent you a document. Do you get to manage to go to the lab where they gave you more ideas?
I got that one. All right, that's the lab one. 1 second now. I think I might actually have it open.
Oh, within
here.
Sorry, where you were, you can go to the lab from within any document. So if you go, you can go back to Excel if you wanted to.
Okay, so from here, is it?
Yeah, so if you go down to where you put the prompt, it's either the rectangle or the triangle. I can't remember which one it is further down.
This one?
So the rectangle? No, just further down and to the right. There's a rectangle. Go down the screen. So there's a triangle that's got the send button. And there's another one, the rectangle to the left. Go down. I don't know if you can see it. It's right inside the rectangle. Next to the, can you see the number 2000?
Number 2, yeah.
Go to the right. There's a rectangle there. Can you see that one there?
Yeah, view prompts.
So if you click on that, then click on view more prompts. And this is a laboratory of people who are using Copilot already, and this will give you more ideas. And if you click on the very bottom again, it says see all prompts in Copilot Lab.
Okay. Yeah.
This will give you more ideas of prompts to use as well. So it's quite handy. Sometimes it gives you ideas about prompts to use in Copilot that you didn't think. And then you've got the filters at the top. Can you see it's got the app?
Yeah.
So that one's not going to work so well.
So yeah, would say Word. I've been doing a bit of stuff on Word, so maybe what we're going to ask it.
Yeah. So it's just a nice place to, if you're stuck in Copilot, the lab can help you give you ideas for prompts.
Yeah. So I see down the end, right, it's got this particular one here, how can a Copilot help? So that works with Word. If you hover over them there, you can see PowerPoint and OneNote. So this prompt will, so if I click into it, does it expand into more?
Well, that should be the whole prompt. I don't think
Okay.
it will give you more than that. So I think if you click on it, that will then just, I don't know what it does. Yeah. So I think you got the copy box there. You could copy it and use it in whatever piece of software you are in.
Yeah, that's definitely very helpful, Paul. Yeah.
But it's really tricky because you got to hit 3 or 4 buttons to get there.
Yeah. And that was from Excel, so we'll just
that same rectangle is in all of Copilot programs, but it's just it gives you layers of how much help it's going to give you.
Okay, so this is, I can see it down here now. We're in PowerPoint again. It's down on the right-hand corner. Click on it. A few more prompts. Okay. So see more prompts in the lab. Yeah. Oh, that's definitely a good one. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's just hidden.
It is good. Yeah.
It's hidden a little bit.
Yeah.
The truth is, I would probably open ChatGPT and say, give me 20 ideas for prompts, and that would be even better than the lab.
Very good.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Cool. Did you use that Prathap? Did you use the Copilot yet?
Yes, of course. I'm not probably. So whenever I'm using, preparing any slides, and also on that time I just give some prompts. They will give me some different types of responses. So then I can use that responses. I can create some PowerPoint presentations. And recently I used for the generating the 3D images by using this Copilot.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just given for example, I just given some beautiful comments. So just create some 3D image of the Instagram logo along with my Instagram profile. I'm sitting. I'm wearing. I'm in denim jacket along with the sneakers, and just give me whatever you want into the in that particular prompt. They will generate the output response of this 3D image is very very beautiful, man. So I love that. Response from this Copilot is very very. It will be most effective when compared to anything. And yeah, so I just use it for this one only, but probably let's see. So I'm this is the only Copilot I'm using. So as of now, I'm not into that much level into this Copilots and all. And I'm asking Paul, I need one suggestion from you. Can I use this Copilot into this PowerPoint presentation?
Sorry, can you say that again, Prathap?
Can I use this Copilot? Is there any particular Copilot for this PowerPoint presentation to create any slides and all from the end-to-end perspective?
It depends on, do you want the PowerPoint show to be good? Then no, don't use Copilot. Just start with the slide, add one or two icons to your slide.
Okay.
Add one or two good pictures. Use Morph and you're going to have a much better presentation than anything Copilot could ever do.
Okay.
And
So,
if you want me
but
to-
compared to this,
if you want me to
compared to
help,
this one, your presentation yesterday, that was very, very fantastic. The journey to the cloud about this one, I really impressed by that model. So
that was one thing I
it's-
used. One thing, just morph. It was such a beautiful tool.
Yeah.
So that would never happen in Copilot.
Yes.
But if anyone wants any help with the presentation, and you'll know me, just come to me. I'll give you half an hour, and I'll give you some ideas on how to make your presentation not necessarily beautiful, but how to make your presentation effective.
Yes. Yeah, actually, I love that one particular statement that you have given me. That is, I never use any bullet points or key points. I just use the slides, step-by-step slides and all. So I just love that one. You never use that keypad. That's really impressive. Even though,
If you tell yourself, I am not allowed to use bullet points, you suddenly find other ways of getting your message across.
Yes. So actually, even though I'm thinking about this, why I need to use the bullet points? Yeah, tell me one thing. So even though we are using that bullet points, we need to give the slide by slide. I mean, step by step, we have to generate that particular prompt in our slide. So that will be better for. Rather we're creating the bullets and everything.
Just 1 second. I've got oh, maybe I shouldn't carry on because it's time. But there is other ways to not use bullets, but to still. So bullets are a list of things you want to show people. There are other ways of giving people a list, but not using bullets. I've got a slide on it somewhere. I'm just looking for it now. 1 second. That's not the slide. Where is it? Sorry, I've got hundreds of slides here, and I'm trying to find the correct one.
Okay, no problem at all, Paul. And I would like to tell you, Frank, Paul, and Stephen. So I'm conducting this Global A Summer Boot Camp in the coming month. I think, not March. So May 4th. So please submit your proposals regarding to this AA and all. So that will be like recently we conducted Frank, Dan, and we conducted one event that is Summer Boot Camp, Summer Summit. So the next session would be this one, Summer Boot Camp. So that will be happening on May 4th. So please submit your proposals.
I can't submit anything because everything has the word Azure in it, and I don't know about Azure.
Yeah. No problem at all.
What can I do?
So I'm requesting you guys. So if you are familiar with this Azure, Azure Cloud means then you can put a paper for that particular one. So then we can make a big event for that one. And
so
Frank.
Sorry, please.
Yeah, Frank, and one more thing, this innovation tech community is collaborated with the global AI community, Frank. So recently, yesterday, that that Hank Borman, one of the AI, the cloud advocate from the Microsoft. Yeah, so he texted me, Prathap. Also, I saw your post regarding this. Global AI Summer Bootcamp. It was impressed by me. So after this, he told me that after this MVP summit, he put that our event into this global AI community.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So I'll probably maybe do two. Is it 1 or 2 sessions you want?
Yeah, as much you need, you just put that one. So we can.
Do you want live sessions or recorded sessions?
Live only. So live session is the better for me and better for the audience only to showcase everything. So other than right. So if whether it is a live session means we can interact with the people, you can interact with the tech enthusiast, we can collaborate with the Q&A and everything. So other than
Sure.
recording and everything.
Yeah, maybe I might do one on machine learning and maybe.
Yeah, that would be great.
Maybe.
I think Paul, we can also contact the Power Platform as well. So don't bother about it.
Well, what would you like me to present on, Prathap? What would you want me to do? PowerPoint? But I don't know if that's going to be read. What do you want me to do?
I think so few of my community members also, they're conducting this about, Power Platform boot camps. So probably I would like to share that link to you in the personal chat as well. Just to give me some while, so I just to grab from the tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I just to grab that call for speakers link as well. Okay, so you just to collaborate with that particular boot camps and the call for speakers. So that would be very, very great for you for this one. I don't know. So whether
what are you saying to me? Sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying to me.
So like your presentation about this PowerPoint and everything is very, very fantastic. So I'm requesting you to present your presentations into this global Power Platform communities as well.
So you want me to apply but use PowerPoint, speak about PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, but if you just add in the part about Copilot into the end of it, that will be the AI side of it then,
Yes. Okay. I will. Shall I message you before I submit, or just submit, Prathap?
Yeah, sure.
Just submit.
I'll message you and we can speak.
Yes, we can do. Yes, we can. So once I get the link, so definitely I will just ping you in the personal chat as well. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a message now on LinkedIn, Prathap.
Yeah. So in the India, so we have lots of Power Platform communities as well. So that's why I just want to tell you that. So I just arrange that your time shiftings and everything, and then you can give me the session as well.
Okay, let me know. I can help you. If I can, I'll be happy.
We're just after running over time on the live show, so I'm just going to end it. You can stay here. You don't need to go anywhere. So I'm just ending it for the live part of it. So thank you everybody for joining us on the Azure and AI show. We'll be back again next week at the same time, 7 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. Eastern. What time is it in your place, Prathap?
It's midnight, 1 o'clock, 1:30.
1 o'clock in India.
Wow.
So we've got a global reach. So thank you and bye.
Bye everyone, signing off today.